Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another DC Universe online video. I am of course Trex here on the test server looking at Stats Revamp 1.5. I apologize, you haven't really seen a lot of videos from me. I had to move, I had to rearrange my studio in my new place. That's basically almost temporary. Thanks, Mom. And I've really also been paying attention to a lot of other things that's been going on, including a lot of live server stuff, Ghost Starro event. But I wanted to hop on real fast because in 1.5 testing there are some Rage changes that I'm going to try and talk about in a different video somewhere down the line. I'm not really sure if I will. But anyways, what you need to understand is power cost changes have been done to Outrage, Frenzy, and Revenge. So there were some good changes there, along with Dreadful Blast. They fixed an issue where it dealt more, where the last part of the combo was doing more damage. They've also increased the cooldown to 3.5 and also increased its damage. We also got a new, well, I'm actually going to the breakdown now. But we also got a new range ability as well that I'm actually going to do a ranged loadout video on another time. So we'll actually talk about those parts later on. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we have in this one. This is a play from the tray loadout, so I don't want to use any weapons. So the last video I did in this instance was back on February 24th, and that video is of course here on the channel. And there are some changes to this. We'll actually take a look at our spec real fast first, looking at our stat points. We still have 55 points into might, and we still have 38 points into power. So we're using power and might, but we're putting more points into might than power. So just in how it goes. So that will allow our stats here to change up a bit from what we see in my last video about this, because in my last video I had no mods. This time I am using mods. I'm using the 7 mods. I think I have all 7s in there. I was really afraid that I might have put some 8s in, and I'm double checking real fast, and it looks like I have all 7s. Cool. Now I am missing the white mods. I did not put white mods in because it's really hard to fluctuate those until I can really get some good numbers from it. I know DPS, we want max damage. I know. Trust me, I know. So we see our stats here is of course different from our last video because I'm using mods now. So our power is at 20k, our might is now at 96k, where last time our power was at 19,495 and our might was at 8579. So again, the only difference here, I'm still at CR 166 equipped. The only big difference is I am using mods. So you can see that the jump difference in those mods, where my might was at 8579, now I'm at 9624. That's a pretty big leap in my eyes. And of course our crits are still the same. Thank you, crits. It's good to see you. So let's talk about our loadout. The loadout is still the same. I have made one difference, one change that I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna see how it goes, and that is Berserk. I'm gonna do some testing with Berserk because I want to see how it does. Because it says here that focus your hate, causing all damage you deal to be dealt again to nearby enemies for a short time. I want to know how long that short time is. I want to know what it means by all damage you deal will be dealt again. If I do 100 damage, is that going to be another 100 damage on top of it because of Berserk? I want to know. These are things that I don't. These are questions that I need to ask. I need to ask myself, and I need to answer as well. So I'm pretty sure you guys have the answers, but I need to find out. I gotta learn on my own. So our loadout still is, and the big difference here is, I have Berserk in this loadout instead of Mangle. So that's going to be probably a big difference in our damage, but we're going to actually see. I might not even use the Supercharge. You never know. So first, we're using Relentless Anger, Remorseless Recovery, Frenzy, Revenge, and Eviscerating Chain. So we have Relentless Anger in there. So we have our Supercharge generator, Remorseless Recovery, so any damage that I deal gets healed back to me 6 times, maximum of 6. And then we have Frenzy because hashtag make Frenzy matter. And then I'm also using Revenge as my #1 spammer. And then Eviscerating Chain to be my 35% execute, which may or may not be needed. Well, we'll never know. I might be able to use Outrage because Outrage at the same time had a power reduced, and of course damage as well with the combos. So we could possibly see what's going on there. It's going to be fun stuff. So without further ado, let's see on how we do in here. So as usual, Relentless Anger, Revenge, and going to Frenzy. I'll go with combos there, Revenge, and Frenzy. So already in the last video, in the February 24th video, my power bar would have been depleted by the time everything was dead. Depleted. It would just be down to 0. I actually had enough where I could do anything else that I wanted to. So that felt really good, and I hit the wrong button. Key. So we'll hit Remorseless Recovery, Relentless Anger to engage, Revenge, and then Frenzy combos, Revenge again into the combo, and then Frenzy combos. We're going to make Frenzy matter, folks. And still, and yes, we're in a solo, so we're actually really seeing the blue bubbles come back and give me power back, which is fine. But even those blue bubbles in the original video did not produce like this. It didn't produce results like this. I am loving these changes. Now, when developers are having to change power costs, they're going to change the damage as well. So if power gets increased, then damage is going to get increased. If power gets decreased, then damage will be decreased. So combo power costs have been reduced, and at the same time that the damage will be reduced as well. But at the same time, even though my power cost is fine. If I have to have the damage reduced, that's fine. But the damage is going to be reduced and the power cost is going to be reduced. That means that I can use that move more times. I can use it over and over again. And I'm really now wanting to see how Outrage does. Because Outrage was a power killer. It was a power bar killer. But now I feel I have really good high hopes here. Really good high hopes. So I see someone else is here, so we'll power up. I think a melee attack got in. So with Frenzy having to be a multiple clicker or a multiple tapper, depending on if you use like a controller or a mouse, you just need to remember the number of times that you have to do it. Frenzy, I think, is actually 5 after the initial. And you're all by your little lonesome. That's fine. I'll show you love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apparently the other one didn't want to get involved, but we're going to involve him. There we go. Let's go and just tap this guy. Now, a really big fight change that I'm really wanting to see difference-wise will be the Felix Faust fight. We all know how troublesome. Now I'm using Remorseless Recovery first because I want to go ahead and get. Did I use a melee? I guess I did use my melee attack. My weapon attack, I mean. So I'm using Remorseless Recovery to start the fight off, in which it's active for, I think it's active for 8 seconds, maybe even 12. I think it's active for actually 12 seconds, and then in between that and within that 12 seconds, if you get healed, you can only be healed 6 times within that 12. So you really just time it, where you know, you can't really even time it, but like you can even just stop DPSing. It's like, I'm just gonna wait till I get some really good damage, and I'm just gonna go do my move. I'm gonna do my moves. I'll do my move then. But I start off with Remorseless Recovery, then I go into Relentless Anger, and Relentless Anger isn't really flowing itself into Revenge. It's not, I guess the word, clipping. It's not really Relentless Anger and then trying to clip into Revenge. It's not really possible. It's just the full animation for Relentless Anger is going to continue. I love you, Frenzy. I'm going to make you matter. I swear. I'm going to do my best, little guy. But it really, just on a gameplay standpoint, it's become so much easier to do. Because I am really not even looking at my power bar. I'm just doing what I want. And when I want. I'm an adult. Whereas beforehand, I had to watch my power bar. It's like, alright, it's getting too low. I'm going to need to stop. Or I'm going to do a weapon attack. I do a weapon combo to get my power back up in order to do some hard stuff. So now that we're moving into the Felix Faust fight, we're really going to see how much that power bar really matters. You can block all you want. I'm still going to do my damage. Just like in the last video, it was a pain in the butt. I had to use. You remember using your soda as well, unless you're trying to go for a feat. It's not the end of the world if you use your soda. So it's there. I got my healing crystal over there. I have a supply drop if I need it, just in case I'm ready to go. So let's go ahead and Remorseless recovery and engage. As I was knocked back a bit. Now, of course, I should have used my weapon to disengage that. So power bar is pretty low. Worry about the gate, but I actually skipped all the way. I'm not worried about using my Supercharge. And I actually was out of power there. I'll use my soda now to get the power back. That's the power station there. That's the rotation that I hit was interesting. It was like, oh, I hit Frenzy. No, no brain. No, you screwed that up. Screwed that up. Now, using Remorseless recovery and Relentless anger is a bit of a power hog. That's okay. Just gonna rest up. That's all I'm gonna do is rest up. I'm using Relentless anger, or Remorseless recovery, I mean, because I want to, you know, like a responsible DPS. Yay, we won! Thanks, Wonder Woman! So I really did it. So with the Felix Faust fight, it was a lot easier this time around. Now, of course, I screwed myself up because I should have block broken, I should have blocked, I should have interrupted, all that good stuff. I really should have, but I didn't. So that was a flaw on my part, but I didn't. I had power issues twice. Twice. That's it. Power issues twice, whereas in the other video, it hit a couple times. It was a struggle. It was a struggle, and I'm really happy to say that it was not a struggle this time. You see, now by the time she's dead, I was at 50% power. I love it. I'm really enjoying that. Revenge is still popping out some good numbers in my eyes. Yeah, just spamming Frenzy would just be my entire day. Just my entire day. And I might even have to give Frenzy a bit of look at it timing-wise. Because I didn't take a look and see what Frenzy's cooldown was. I want to say it looked like at 1.5, maybe a 2.5er. I didn't time it very well either. But I want to see if I can actually use Frenzy on top of this stuff. I probably could if I wasn't swiping like a madman, even though it is Frenzy. So it's like, you're mad. Do it. And one of my favorite redheads.
I was a warrior without a home until this woman gave me purpose. To protect her from those who wish to pry ancient knowledge from her frail body. And protect her I shall.
Alright, so let's start. Really hoping for the best! Whee! Going to Frenzy. We'll go ahead and block breaker. He's using staff, so it's like me going to get rid of her. There it is. Wasn't the right move, but I'm okay with that. Got her. That low, let's go ahead and drop it up. Fine, I'll re-engage anyways. You'll never escape me. Going again. I keep really forgetting about that. I don't know if I was even caught. Is that the first time she's cast that? Like a new. Okay, fine. Up there. Oh, I can't do that. Cool, thank you for this. They also did lower the power cost for breakout as well, which was sweet. Still didn't help there. Roll out of that just in case. Ouch. Soda. This anger is a frenzy. Yum, yum, yum. Done.
I hope your skills will be enough.
Nice. Now, the reason that it could have been so quick and easy is possibly because I put mods in. That could be a variable, but I'm going to be positive and say thanks for the lower power cost on Frenzy and Revenge. Yay! It was so fun! But so without looking at even numbers or anything, playing the game, just playing Rage Melee with this loadout, even though I never used Berserk, but that's on me, because I have to do some testing with Berserk, leave me alone. Just looking at it, though, playing it, how it felt good. It felt really good to me. It felt much better than I did during 1.4 testing, I tell you that. I hated the power cost, it was too much, and I love it. I love what I have right now, I really do. Whether or not my Rage loadout will be able to actually be anything good to an Olympus raid or anything, don't know. I will have to take a look and see how it goes. But what I feel as a Rage player, I love the changes that was done. And now I'm wanting to put... I didn't even use Eviscerating Chain. I just realized that. I never used Eviscerating Chain. So I wonder if that would be like a difference there. I may have to run Iceberg. So I can actually look... No, I don't want to do that. No one wants to do that. Go to hell, Iceberg. But for the feel of it, I really enjoyed it. Frenzy and Revenge felt really good with power costs. And if I probably didn't even use my buff, if I even used Remorseless Recovery, I would have more power to just spam those abilities. And maybe even put Eviscerating Chain in. I really forgot about Eviscerating Chain, because I just cycled back and forth between Revenge and Frenzy. Once Frenzy was done with the animation, with all my tasks, I just went back into Frenzy, combo. Went back into Revenge, combo, Frenzy, combo, Revenge, combo, Frenzy, combo. Then I really should have put in, like, oh, you're below, Eviscerating Chain, combo, Frenzy. Meow. So, I'm going to do some testing with Berserk, and I want to see actually what it particularly does and see how long that buff is. Maybe the current buffs menu is actually working properly. I'm not really sure, but I want to see how long this quote-unquote short duration is. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be back with some more Stats Revamp 1.5 testing. Thank you guys so much.